Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNSFANS. Let's get to the news. Now, if you've been paying close attention to the AFC North lately, you know that things are heating up and there's a real buzz around the Cleveland Browns. They're not just trying to build a competitive team, they're laying the groundwork for a potential new era, and the quarterback position is at the heart of it all. And folks, this isn't just speculation anymore. There's real movement, real stories, and real chemistry brewing behind the scenes, especially around that quarterback room. One name that's been grabbing attention, not just for his talent, but for his attitude and leadership, is none other than Joe Flacco. Yes, Joe Flacco, the veteran who's been around the league for over a decade, a Super Bowl champion, a Super Bowl MVP, and someone who's seen it all in this game. But what's really interesting is what Flacco has been saying about the young guns, especially Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback who's been making waves since he arrived in Cleveland. Now, for those of you who might not be fully aware, Shedeur Sanders is a guy with a pretty incredible background. Coming from a football family, his father, Dillon Sanders, is a legend. Shedeur has been in the spotlight pretty much since birth. He's played at Colorado, where he established himself as one of the top college quarterbacks in the nation, showing off his arm, his football IQ, and his leadership skills. But transitioning from college to the NFL, that's a whole different ballgame. Especially when you're stepping into a room full of seasoned professionals, guys who have been through thick and thin in this league. And here's the thing, Sanders has had to earn his respect, not just with his talent, but with his attitude, work ethic, and how he carries himself around his teammates. That's something that often gets lost when we focus only on stats and highlight reels. Building that trust, that camaraderie, it's essential in a league where every detail counts, and the Browns are clearly trying to foster a culture of growth and mutual respect. And from what Flacco has been saying, it sounds like Shedeur is doing just fine on that front. According to Flacco, who's been around the league long enough to recognize talent and character, Shedeur has been nothing but a positive influence in the locker room. Flacco said that Sanders is great, that he's a lot of fun to be around in meeting rooms, and that he's already made Flacco crack a smile more than once. Think about that, this is a guy who's been through Super Bowls, who's faced pressure in the biggest moments, and he's genuinely impressed by Shedeur's attitude and personality. That's a big deal, folks. It shows that Sanders isn't just a talented player, but someone who can bring energy and positivity to a team that's hungry for success. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. What makes this even more intriguing is the context of the Browns' quarterback room this season. We've seen the team invest heavily in dynamic playmakers, both on offense and defense, aiming to build a balanced, explosive team that can contend not just for the AFC North, but for the entire AFC. The quarterback position remains a critical piece of that puzzle. Deshaun Watson, who's been the franchise quarterback since he was acquired in a blockbuster trade, is facing a season of high expectations after recovering from injuries and adjusting to a new team environment. But beyond Watson, there's a lot of buzz about the young talent behind him, especially Shedeur Sanders and others in the mix. Now, Flacco's comments about Sanders' personality and team spirit are not just idle chatter. They reflect a broader narrative that's been developing in Cleveland, one that suggests the Browns are serious about developing a culture of competition, mentorship, and leadership. They want a quarterback room that's not just about throwing passes, but about elevating everyone around them. Flacco, with his wealth of experience, has become a kind of mentor figure in that room. His presence is invaluable, especially for a young quarterback like Sanders, who still has a lot to learn about reading defenses, handling pressure, and leading a team through the ups and downs of an NFL season. And let's not forget the importance of leadership in the locker room. It's not just about talent, it's about the intangibles. How a player can inspire teammates, rally them in tough moments, and show resilience when things aren't going well. Sanders, despite his youth, has shown flashes of that leadership potential, and with Flacco's mentorship, he could develop into a key piece of the Browns' future. The Browns have been building this roster with an eye towards sustained success, and developing a young quarterback who can grow and learn from seasoned veterans is a strategic move. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the Browns have a lot riding on this season. The AFC North is no joke. The Cincinnati Bengals, led by Joe Burrow, are always in the mix. The Baltimore Ravens, with their dynamic offense and stout defense, are a perennial playoff team, and the Pittsburgh Steelers under Mike Tomlin are never to be underestimated. For Cleveland, it's about finding that edge, that spark that can push them over the top. And having a quarterback room that's competitive yet cohesive is crucial. Flacco's leadership and Sanders' potential could be the perfect combination to unlock that next level. Of course, all eyes are on Deshaun Watson as well. After battling injuries last year, there's a lot of hope that he can return to form and be the franchise quarterback Cleveland envisioned when they traded for him. But the Browns also know that having a solid backup plan, whether that's Flacco, Shedeur Sanders, or someone else, is vital. The NFL is a league of adaptability, and depth at the quarterback position can make all the difference in a tight playoff race. And speaking of Shedeur Sanders, it's worth noting that his transition to the NFL isn't just about talent. It's about maturity, understanding the nuances of the game, and developing a leadership style that resonates with his teammates. From what Flacco has said, it sounds like Shedeur is on the right path. His personality, work ethic, and ability to connect with others are key ingredients that could see him rise quickly in Cleveland. And that's exciting news for Browns fans, because a young, talented quarterback with the right mindset can change the trajectory of a franchise in a hurry. Beyond just the quarterback room, the Browns have been making moves across the roster. Their defense is one of the most formidable in the league, with stars like Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, and a growing secondary that's capable of shutting down some of the best defenses in the NFL. On offense, they've added weapons both in the draft and through free agency, aiming to give whoever is under center the best chance to succeed. The offensive line has also been a focus, with solid picks to protect the quarterback and open running lanes for Nick Chubb and others. And speaking of Chubb, his return from injury last season was a huge boost for the team. When healthy, Chubb is one of the most consistent and explosive runners in the league. His ability to wear down defenses and keep the offense balanced is invaluable. The Browns' offensive scheme under the guidance of their coaching staff is designed to maximize the talents of their playmakers, whether it's the running game, the passing attack, or the play-action passes that can catch defenses off guard. Now looking ahead, the expectations are sky-high for Cleveland. The fan base is hungry for success, eager to see their team break through and make a deep playoff run. With the talent on both sides of the ball, the coaching staff's strategic approach, and the promising development of young players like Shedeur Sanders, there's a real sense that this could be the year the Browns finally take that step into genuine contention. But of course, the NFL is unpredictable. Injuries, unforeseen setbacks, or even just the luck of the bounce of the ball can change everything. That's why every practice, every game, and every decision counts. The Browns are aware of that, and they're working tirelessly behind the scenes to put themselves in the best position possible. And let's not ignore the history of the franchise, which is filled with moments of brilliance and heartbreak. Cleveland has always been a passionate football city, with fans who bleed orange and brown and who support their team through thick and thin. This season, there's a renewed sense of hope, a belief that the Browns can finally turn the page and become perennial contenders. The quarterback situation, the leadership, the roster depth, all of these pieces are coming together at the right time. The coaching staff led by Kevin Stefanski has been focused on developing a cohesive team identity, one that emphasizes resilience, discipline, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. As we watch this season unfold, it's clear that the Browns are not just trying to compete, they're trying to dominate. Every game is a step toward their ultimate goal, returning to the playoffs, making some noise, and finally bringing home that elusive Super Bowl trophy that has eluded them for decades. And with the stories of leadership, mentorship, and the promising talent emerging in the quarterback room, this team looks more prepared than ever to make a deep run. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. Do you believe Sanders can be the future, or are you more confident in Watson? How do you see the team shaping up this season? Share your predictions, hopes, and fears. We love engaging with you because this is more than just a team, it's a family. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. This season promises to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Thanks for being here, Browns fans. Let's go Cleveland.